And the last game up right now is going to be another great clash. It's Penn State University against Army from West Point. Army are in black on the right of your screen. They're coached by Steve Lewis and Laura Vivola. Steve Lewis, we know him in the rugby circles for many years. We'll take a look at the lineups from both sides.
Yeah, you look at that Penn State lineup again. Tess Fury, Gabby Cantora has been awesome so far in the games we've seen her play. Corrine Havener's done well. Amanda Berta, she scored a couple of tries last game, but it's a star-studded cast up and down that Penn State lineup. But the Army women, they have been led by example by Kirsten Rodman and Z Crittenden in the centers, a big, powerful runner wearing that number 6 jersey. Look out for her. She put some big holes in the defense.
Wait, you're kicking?
So referee Tim Liu is in charge of this one.
No,
a rugby maestro with the whistle in the hand. Also a great rugby player back in the day. And so it will be Penn State University. Wonderful rugby program they have. Lost to Life University last year in the Sevens Nationals, but won it the year before. Army look for an attacking player from Rebecca Stipp.
Sorry.
Changing direction, they go to the outside. Space to operate. Half gap opening up.
Not held.
Gio Ferguson Lewis. Met her at breakfast this morning, and Coach Lewis spoke very highly of her athletic ability and skills. But right now, Penn State come flooding the lanes, forcing the turnover.
We're going to go with the knock on here by Black in the tackle.
Early advantage here to Penn State. And again, Penn State, one of those teams that you don't want to give any kind of turnover ball to. And referee saw a knock in there, Tim.
Please bind your hooker.
Right there, I think it was.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Penn State comes out here to Waters, and they're shifted across to the rest of the back line. Hevener spots a gap. Tackled slightly around the neck. Corrine Hevener.
Ruck was formed, hands in.
Hands in the ruck is the call. Penn State comes to it very quickly. Sophia
not 10.
Prize wants to go.
Penalty advantage, not 10.
And penalty advantage. Prize going for the line. She's over. She'll score the first try in this game. Captain of the All-State team. She touches down for the first score.
Yeah, Sophie Purse, she scored the 2 tries in the first half of their opening round victory against Davenport earlier today. Whenever she gets the ball in hand, very dangerous, and eluded 3 would-be Army tacklers to put the Nittany Lions on the board first.
Conversion attempt is to the side, so 5-0 after 2 minutes in this pool clash. And this is Pool C, the women's competition, 3 pools of 4. Penn State move it downfield. It'll bounce before Army get a chance to attack. Up the middle they go, not messing around. There is Bailey Gable. Flat one difficult to take, but Stipp does well. And still they work to the short side. Kirsten Redmond, the captain. Get her legs driving. Tackling in from the side
6
there
roll.
on Stipp.
6.
And rolling away. So Redmond will lead by example. Shift us across. Army. A gap on the outside opening up for Samantha Sullivan. They want to get it to their speed. Ducking through Z Crittenden. Crittenden still going. She's hunted down from the 22, just short of the line, but it pops up. And how that pass came away. Mary Monod will score. That is a classic try and response from Army. 5-all.
Yeah, we talked about the power of Z Crittenden in a pregame. She is just so strong in the tackle, kept her hands free, and I don't know how she got this ball away either. She had some support on the outside by Ferguson Lewis, and watch how this pass squirts free. Just goes right up to Mary Menard, and Menard scores the try. And to give this Army team the lead as that conversion attempt was good.
Fantastic response indeed. woman from West Point.
Let's
Steve
kick now,
Lewis, the
please.
coach, will be very happy with that. Known as the trickster, they called him this morning at breakfast. Always playing pranks on his teams. This ball will bounce and go to touch. It'll be a line-up for Penn State. They'll go quickly.
Play up. In front of the mark. We're gonna redo the line out here.
He's just gonna give another throw. You saw the Penn State player that was in front of the mark. You can do it backwards, or if you're behind the mark, but not in front. But he is gonna give him another shot at this line out. The try scorer, Sophie Pers, is gonna throw this ball in.
Someone's in the trams. We need another player here.
So Army need to commit another player to the line out. Pers goes over the top. Knocked on, though, by Sullivan.
Yeah, that'd have been a nice steal. Keep that momentum going for Army. Looked like she had a little bit of territory to pick up as well. But the strong runner, Bailey Gable, watch number 5 in Army. She has been fantastic all weekend.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Penn State. Ball comes out. No one saw it. Just pirouetting it around beautifully is Pers. Then finally brought down, and a good tackle on the halfway line. Quick ball. They shifted across field. Behind the back they go to the far side. Corrine Hevener. Hevener beats one. Flicks it back in field beautifully. Gia Solomon is there. Still available. Hurdling players as they go. Alicia Fromstein into the 22. Penn State have lost this though. And Army have committed an offense. They give away a full-on penalty. Penn State smash it forward. Oh, the gap opens up so beautifully. And it's going to be Tess Fury that gets through. The Eagle sensation cuts loose.
Yeah, she held on to that ball wonderfully. And it looked like the Army defense thought it was going to go to players on either side, but here's the pass. Fury did well. Just hold on to that ball, show that little dummy, and that opened things wide open for her right under the poles, 14-5 with that successful conversion, or 12-5 rather, with that successful conversion.
Tess Fury comes from a familiar name in rugby circles, and her father Tom coaches Morris High School, as well as Northeast Academy woman, and her mom KJ is athletic trainer for Morris Rugby Club and the Northeast Academy. So everybody involved in the family, if your name is Fury. This one here will be a line out to Army. This is probably the last play of the first half. 5 points separates the teams. This pool clash. Both teams unbeaten going into this game, as you mentioned earlier. There is the siren. Throwing in will be Gio Ferguson-Lewis, who plays for the Play Rugby USA Academy. And that's close and dear to my heart, managing the LA program. She comes out of the New York office, playing there with a bunch of young stars. And there she loops around now for this Army side, into open space there. Revel and Crinnington. Crinnington still going. See Crinnington. Morris ball pass backwards. And up they go with Sullivan. The captain now. Good tackle eventually on Redmond. There's a player down for Penn State, so 7 against 6. That pass just drifts forward. Finally called there by the AR.
Yeah, I don't know if Tim Lou thought maybe a Penn State player might have deflected that, but it was a forward pass, and he's going to blow up halftime 12-5, but a spirited first half by both these clubs. Still plenty to play for in these last 7 minutes.
Just one try separates these teams. The coaches get in, Kate Daly and Maya Bitzer from Penn State, and Steve Lewis and Laura Vavola from West Point, the Army side. Let's take a look at the highlights, though.
Yeah, with Sophie Pers. Again, we saw that throughout the morning games. She scored the try, but then Z Criddington with a nice big run deep into Penn State territory. She gets his pass off to Mary Monard, and Monard scored the try. And for a brief period there, Army had the lead at 7-5. But then towards the end of the half, Tess Fury gets this ball. Watch her how she throws that little dummy. And let's hear what they're saying in the Penn State Nittany Lion Hut.
Guys, just keep our legs driving. We're there, we're tracking into it really well. We just need that leg drive to finish off that hit.
Got it? Yep. Yes, really cool. Okay. It's all going to take a little
Keep it up, guys. You're killing it.
Penn State on 2. 1, 2.
It's the sledgehammer, as she's known, and Kate Daly, the coaching staff there, and that's Steve Lewis. He's getting heavily involved there. Good to see him with this wonderful Army program.
In July 2018, the best international teams
How good is this man? It could be special. Oh, it's really special.
will compete in the world's greatest sevens tournament.
Is she going to go the distance? That was magnificent.
For the first time on U.S. soil at the iconic AT&T Park.
What a piece of rugby.
And it's a short kick. It goes to 10 meters, but it's a sneaky one. Penn State were aware of it, so they've got a chance to move it wide. Rachel Urick in there also. She was the backs captain for the Penn State 15s team. Now, Carly Waters. They put it to the boot. The chasers are here. It'll sit up, but drift towards the touchline. Be a line out here for Army. Line out for Army. They go to the back. It's knocked down, so play on. Ball is still available there. Fighting to keep it alive. Ferguson Lewis.
Gate entry.
Get a penalty in from the side. Captain Redmond wants to go quickly. Looking to get another try on the board. They step through the middle, through their playmaker.
Play on.
Cronnington. So hard to bring it to the deck. Redmond wasn't expecting that pass.
Yeah, Cronnington, she's usually good to take on 2 or 3 defenders, open things up for her teammates out wide. And you're right, Redmond wasn't expecting that pass. Force that knock on. There's Crittenden right here. And her skipper was going low. Pass was a little high. That's where the knock on occurred.
Set.
Penn State, everyone's to the right-hand side. Waters shifts it directly. They want to get it on the outside quickly and have Amanda Berta on a run. She's come off the bench and a wonderful whipping pass. So accurate. Ball in front is what you want. Gabby Cantona. And now the outside, Fury. Tess Fury again. She'll get a double. Just lurking in the wings. She races around, will score underneath the sticks. Intelligent play from the veteran.
We got 2 scores in a row by Tess Fury. Ups that lead now to 17-5 in favor of the Nittany Lions. The Gabby Cantona, she just came in as a halftime replacement, and she has been a pillar of strength for this Nittany Lions squad. Gets it out wide. Tess Fury, yeah, she has one thing on her mind, and that's putting a little pressure, downward pressure, scoring the try. The conversion is good, 19-5 now in favor of Penn State. 19-7 rather in favor of Penn State.
Well, we mentioned the Fury family. What I didn't mention was that her brother Blaze plays at Penn State, and her brother Jake plays at Middlebury College. So that's a full 5 Furies involved. Danger for any opposition. Kick goes out on the full short on Penn on the halfway line. Army chance to get back into this at about minute 10. Minute 10.
Yeah, look for Crittenden or Gable here. They are the hard runners for this Army squad.
Redmond up the middle. Attracts a couple of would-be tacklers. Now the gap opens up for Sullivan. Sullivan. Fury brings her down. But there's a 3-on-2 on the right if they need it. They go up the middle instead. Gable. And now Sullivan again. Spots a good halfback gap and closes quickly on her. Support runners arriving as the counteract comes in. Penn State so flat on defense. We saw Lindenwood do it as well. Really doesn't give the opposition much to do. They have to attack a bit deeper. And that's a standing start. Although they have some electric feet. There's Courtney Smith. Came 5th in the nation for the 400-meter hurdles. You can see her going, and now they go for the line. Get the fan going. The determination is over. The reach is there. See Cronnington 2016, best back 2016, 2017, and she shows the skills.
What power in those legs and that upper body. Gets this Army team right back in it. She had some support on the outside. A good fend there. There's a desperation tackle by Penn State, but they were not going to bring her down. Just too much power and pace behind that. To 12 now, within a converted try.
It certainly was an important 2 points there, but it's okay. They can still score another 7. Steve Lewis looks on. Try number 2 for their side. Remember, both these two teams will go through to the cup quarters, but seedings are very important. Finish first, you play the team that finishes 8th. And that makes a big difference at this nationals level. Ball gets knocked down there. It's Army's ball.
Advantage. Black.
Courtney Smith was the one that took that.
Over.
Now Redmond just firing away through. Redmond throws people out the way. Fury comes across. Redmond for the line. It's a try. Yes, it is.
How about that? 2 tries in 1 minute. And Army is right back in it. Important conversion to follow here. Oh, man. It looked like she was trapped, but she slithered free and then had the pace to beat Tess Fury to the line.
Off the crossbar to the side. It's all happening here at Infinity Park as the captain, Kirsten Redmond, puts her team within reach. This is a look at it.
Yeah, it looks like she was pretty well trapped right there, but then she broke free, then had the pace. And she just went for that line, didn't even think about Tess Fury. Able to ground that ball, 2-point game.
She wanted to go to the side and get a quick rest. Coach Lewis says, no, stay on, we need you. Penn State under severe pressure in that far side. Purse pulled down. With about 30 seconds left, it's 19-17. Penn State lead. They're inside their 22, but they can race through the middle. Look at them go. Amanda Berta. She's hunted down at the 10-meter mark.
Rock.
It is still here with Penn State. Fury gets the one-handed offload. Redmond brings her down. Ferocious stuff. Ball gets put into touch. The siren has sounded now, so they should be able to play the line out.
Well, Tess Fury thought that was going to be it, and it's going to be one Army line out here. And they've done well with Redmond in the line out as well. She's catching her breath. She knows she's a target here.
Black in the lineup, please. Black in the lineup.
2 points of difference. Army have a chance. The crowd are on the edge of their seats. Army with a comeback, scored 2 in 2 minutes. What a line-out set piece. They loop around. Sullivan throws it downfield. Gable now goes on the outside. It's the 400-meter hurdler. Trapped by 2 players. Gets the support runner, though. Good work from Sydney Dossett. Over the half. It's Army with the crowd behind them. They want to shift it wide. There's space to the right-hand side. But thunderous tackle coming in on Crinnington. And the ball's loose. No, it's picked up by Army still. It's still with them. They've got to place it back. Support now. Very tired support arriving. The ball backwards. Ooh, a flight hack. Yes, there's a penalty for dangerous play. Off their feet. They'll go again. Army, who has the legs to go the distance? My money's on this player right here. Courtney Smith. Courtney Smith on Fury. What a try saver. Fury has done it. The ball's hacked into touch. And Hebner's boot has done it. Tess Fury putting an end to the madness. 19-17. Penn State win this clubbanger against Army. So many highlights in this game, including that finish.
Yeah, we're only going to see the tries, but how about that last couple of minutes of play? Hats off to both these teams. It was court. Gabby's pass out wide to Tess Fury. She made it 19-7 at that point. Things look pretty comfortable for the Nittany Lions. But this Army team, they had so much fight left in them. It goes out wide. Z Crittenden, she carries a couple of Penn State defenders over the line to make it 19-12. And then Kirsten Redmond, the skipper of this team, she eludes more Penn State defense and then has the pace. She just pins her ears back, goes into over the line, 19-17. How about the kick against the crossbar? But hats off to both these teams.
So that's all for today. We'll be back live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time on the Rugby Channel with all the knockout rounds from all 3 brackets of the USA Rugby College Sevens National Championships. For Brian, visit Dan.